Murder on my mind, it's time to pray to God. My revolver's not religious, the revolution's born. You wanna know my name, then go and tell us up. You wanna know my gang, Suicide Squad. Pistol on my waist, I might make a mistake. Headshot, oh my God, am I crazy? Drugs every corner, this is Gotham City. Killer crop, came to kidnap you to cut out your kidney. Ain't no mercy, got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose, so she know that pussy worth it. Flooded Rolex at the Grammy Awards. They still selling dope, that's those Miami boys. Killers everywhere, it ain't no place to run. Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun.
What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 9, Episode 11 review. We saw this episode with Kendra and Phaedra in Detroit recreating Thelma and Louise. They're in a classic car. They got the scarves wrapped around their heads. They're having a good old rich white woman on the run time. So they go to the camp with the kids where they'll be staying, and Phaedra shows Kenya her room, which looks like a fucking prison room. Kenya asks, would she be mad if she stayed at a Holiday Inn or a Hilton girl? Because this is just not the judge. Faye says that she brought over 150 kids to the camp for free, gave them free toiletries and everything. And I just thought that that was beautiful what she's done for these children. This is the side of Phaedra that I like to see. Porsha and her Tide go to dinner. Her dress was really cute. It was giving me Marilyn Monroe vibes. So he tells her they need to talk. She's like, what we need to talk about, babe? And he tells her that he got in trouble because of their social media posts. They posted a video of them on the beach together. Then Porsha had a video of her at the Democratic convention. And apparently his boss is very conservative and didn't like it. And he basically had to choose between his job or her. And he told her that he chose her. Now, if you believe that crock of bullshit, then you just as slow and dumb as Porsha. That nigga know damn well that he ain't choose her over his goddamn job. Nigga, you got fired, and that was a lie you came up with to tell her, and her dumb ass believed that bullshit. Girl, I couldn't believe that nigga sit up there and lied that motherfucking fast, and Porsha, retarded ass, believed every word that came out of his stupid ass mouth. So she's shocked. She like, you lost your job. You chose your job over me? Like, wait a minute, hold up, girl, because you know I don't fuck with niggas that ain't got no money. So she asked him, well, what is your intentions then, since you quit your job supposedly for me? He was like, I don't know. And she like, well, how you don't know if you quit your job for me what your intentions are? Because that's a big ass deal. You choosing love over a motherfucking paycheck. And so she just thinks that he's irresponsible, and she's mad when she's mad with all of his uncertainties, and she tells him that she's scared because he don't have a job. And he tells her that he loves her, and she's like, I love you too, but shit, I don't know if we're gonna be going with each other after this date. So we go back to the camp. Kenya's having a ball at the camp with Phaedra. I mean, she's just acting like a kid in a candy store. You can tell that she actually grew up poor and really didn't have much of a childhood, because she was just as excited as the kids were. She talks to a group of girls at the camp about being her, being a beauty queen, how she tried out for Miss USA or whatever title she was 3 times, and the 3rd time she finally won. She talks about growing up being told that she wasn't pretty because she was a dark-skinned girl, and asked all the other girls, were you ever told that? And a lot of little girls raised their hands, and I was like, I cannot believe in 2017 that little girls are being brought up to believe that they're not pretty because of the color of their skin. I just cannot believe that some of the prettiest women that I think are beautiful or chocolate skinned women. Hell, my best friend is a chocolate skinned girl. She's one of the prettiest things I've ever seen on this planet. I still can't believe that we have this colorism going on in the black community. It's so fucking sad. So Kenya has the kids come up and twirl and just say how beautiful they are and how important they are. And I just thought that it was a really cute and sweet and important scene. We switch to Kandi. She's chilling with Ace and Carmen. And Cynthia calls her and says, girl, I'm hurt. So apparently Cynthia really came over there to spend the night in her guest house. Back at the camp, Phaedra and Kenya are getting along very well. They're having fun with the kids. The kids get up and talk about their childhood growing up and the growing pains from their childhoods and everything. And it's just so sad to see all these kids that's coming from troubled homes and troubled backgrounds, and Kenya and Phaedra get up and console the kids, and the kids just feel grateful that they got this opportunity to get out of the madness that they come from for a week. And it was just so good to see them uplift the children and hug on them and love on them. And it was just a powerful, beautiful thing. So shout out to Phaedra and Kenya for this scene. Shout out to Phaedra for putting this whole thing together, and for the executive producers for filming this and making this a poignant part of this episode, because it was much needed. And I pray that Flint gets this water shit together. This is some bullshit. But at the end of the camp experience, Kenya thanks Phaedra for inviting her and them getting their friendship back, and they make a pact to start over. And I'm like, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. Cynthia gets a phone call from her realtor, and she got the lake house. I'm like, oh my God, we got the lake house. We're moving into the lake house. Yay! So we switched to Shereé. She meets Bob's sweaty ass for another fake ass date, and it was just a bunch of sweat and lies, and she couldn't even think of a reason why she actually was attracted to this nigga in the beginning. But what we did find out is that them niggas got kicked out of I think she said Paris, France, one of them goddamn foreign countries, because apparently they was out of the country on this, you know, trip, and he was flirting with another bitch. She confronted him about it. Bob threw a drink in her face, and she started boxing his ass, and they got put out the motherfucking country. We're gonna pinmark that little bit of tea for later on in this episode. We find out that Porsha apparently fainted in a nail salon. This has happened to her 5 times in her life. Apparently she has some type of a condition where blood does not flow to her brain. I mean, we all knew that, but okay, well, at least we got a doctor's order telling us that's what this bitch problem is. Phaedra calls her and checks on her and tells her that once she's feeling better, she wants all the girls to get together for lunch. Shamia is there helping take care of Porsha. Ty come by to check on her. He bring her ice cream and shit. She tells him the doctor told her the reason why she fainted is because of stress. Apparently they got into an argument where they didn't talk for a few days because she was over his house chilling with him, trying to get some rest, trying to sleep. And this nigga tried to, you know, poke her in the ass with his dick, letting her know he wanted some pussy. And she ain't got time for that because she's tired. She's a working woman. It ain't her fault you ain't got no job. You just got a whole bunch of time to fuck. So apparently they got into it, and she left and went home, and they didn't speak for a few days. So he said that, you know, I'll let you sleep for a few hours. Like, damn, bitch, like, when was I gonna get some pussy? So she tells him that him not working is a deal breaker for her. They, you know, going back and forth. And she tell him, look, I'm just tired. Can we just talk about this later? And I just like, I don't understand what you see in this nigga. He act like a big goofy ass retarded ass kid. I don't get it. Tide is just not my cup of tea. I'll take the little short sawed off Tide before I take that goofy looking motherfucker. So all the girls meet up for lunch, and it's the showdown. Phaedra wants to tell all the girls thank you for their help with the pop-up shop. She tells them that they should go glamping. And I'm like, why Atlanta always go on the cheap ass trips? You see Beverly Hills, they be going to Thailand, to Europe, to Greece, to Scotland, all these beautiful ass places. And the Atlanta girls always either go to Mexico or some old whack shit. The only good vacation they've ever been on is the Africa trip. You would think that they was... The girls say, yeah, they want to go glamping. Kenya brings up, you know, every time we go on a trip, it's always some bullshit. It's always a fight. She says that Phaedra told her that Porsha told Phaedra that she wanted to tell everyone how well she's doing in anger management. Porsha is like, I didn't remember saying this. And Phaedra sitting there like, oh, fuck, I forgot I told that bitch that shit. God damn it. Porsha feels ambushed. Girls are just like, look, girl, we ain't trying to ambush you. We just don't want you attacking nobody on this trip. Porsha and Kenya start arguing about their fight. I'm like, are we still arguing about that fight that happened like 5 seasons ago? Kandi then asks, well, Porsha, you know, how is your anger management going? Porsha says it's for her. It's not for them hoes. So she basically don't want to talk about it. And Kandi at this point is looking at her like, oh, really, bitch? Okay. You need to simmer down the attitude, hoe. Simmer the attitude the fuck down. In her green screen, Kandi says, you know, I really don't think that she's going to anger management for real, because I don't think that Porsha thinks that anything is wrong with her. And we all know damn well Porsha ain't going to anger management for real. She went to anger management on the first episode. We heard her talk about it, ain't said shit else about it because she ain't been back because she don't think that she has an attitude problem. Porsha then asks them, you know, are y'all bringing up this conversation because y'all are afraid of me? And Kenya says, no, ain't nobody afraid of you because we all on point. We all ready, bitch. And Porsha like, oh, y'all already, because we can get it thumping up in this motherfucker. Porsha then says, well, what's the point then? Well, what is the point of you bringing up this conversation then? Kandi says, well, I think she brought it up because she wants to know what are your triggers. Kenya says in her green screen that she's been around Matt who acts out, but he's never put his hands on her, which is more than she can say about Porsha Ali. Now, Kenya girl, this one I'm gonna have to put a pause on you, bitch, because you're doing too much and you sound like a whole motherfucking fool. This nigga done fucking tore up all your shit, which is abusive as fuck, that you had to repay for that shit to get it fixed, because you know that broke ass nigga ain't paid for shit to get fixed. He's just as abusive, just as fucking crazy, and just as fucking angry as fucking Porsha. I need for you to stop trying to compare the two like they're two different things. She boom bopped your ass because you put a scepter in her face, bitch. Hey, get over it. But stop trying to act like that nigga ain't fucking abusive. He ain't slapped you across the motherfucking acne scars. Porsha says, you know, my triggers are the same that they have always been. Don't put none in my face. Kenya says, well, then your anger management then must not be working. Like, Kenya, you are a motherfucking instigator, bitch. In her green screen, Porsha then blames both Kenya and Cynthia for their fights. Now, I'm like, Kenya, she put something in your face. You slapped that shit away. Y'all, well, you went upside her head real quick. That was in that fight. But I'm sorry. I got to tell you, Porsha girl, you was 100% wrong for the fight that you and Cynthia had. You put your hands on Cynthia first. So I need for you to stop with that bullshit. And Cynthia whooped your ass real quick. So then she says that Kandi acts like she want to nuck if she want to buck. But now she acting scared. I'm like, Porsha girl, Kandi is not afraid of you. Kandi look like she will box a mule. Girl, sit down. Kandi then asks Porsha, I'm asking, are you on medication? Porsha says, no, I'm not on no damn medication. Don't come at me like that. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a pill. I take a pill every time I have a panic attack, and it's the best high I ever have in my motherfucking life. Kenya then asks her, well, did you get a certificate? Cynthia then says, well, how was it going, girl? So Porsha says, I don't go on a trip by my damn self because I don't want to be around none of you motherfuckers. I don't want to be in the woods with none of you hoes. So Porsha tells them if they really cared about her, then it would have been a phone call instead of them talking about it at table. I'm like, well, shit, y'all talking about the motherfucking table, bitch. They didn't even know about your anger management until Kenya brought it up. So what the fuck you mean it should have been a phone call? She says that they all, piggybacking on what the fuck Kenya says. And Kandi says, if we talking about the topic, I'm going to ask a question. Don't hit me with the motherfucking piggyback. Porsha then says, piggyback, oink, oink, oink. Kandi says, well, piggyback your ass on up then. And Porsha looked at her with her witch hat on like, oh, bitch, we going there? And I'm like, yeah, bitch, y'all going there. It's about to be on, bitch. Kandi says, I'm not going there with you, Porsha. Piggyback. Take that ass on somewhere else with that bullshit. You can stop with the motherfucking cursing at me, Kandi. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. You ain't gonna stop me from motherfucking cursing. You the one talking to me. I wasn't over there talking crazy to you. You the one on that you. Well, bitch, I'm talking to you. And I was like, okay, Kandi, put your dick out on the table, bitch. Porsha pumped. Gets up and leave. I'm like, I see you ain't nook if you bug up against Kandi ass. Kandi checked your ass real quick and you got the fuck up and walk away. Now, I don't know if it's because you trying to control your anger so you wouldn't hit a bitch, but Kandi punked your ass. You ain't try that shit that you tried with Kenya and Cynthia with Kandi. Kandi said, I'm about to go get me a drink of water because Kandi ain't even walking fast. So Phaedra follows in behind Porsha to see what's wrong with her, and Kenya come following too. Now I'm like, Kenya, why the fuck are you following that damn girl? You know she don't like you. Now if she turn around and slap the shit out of you, you fucking deserve it because you had no reason following behind that woman, antagonizing her. Phaedra tells Kenya not to come, and she's like, well, if anger management is working so well for her, then I don't see why I have to go anywhere. And Phaedra's like, because you're provoking her. And I'm like, you are, bitch. You wrong as fuck. Go sit your ass down somewhere, acne. Porsha then tells Shereé and Phaedra that she's done with them. She don't want to fuck with them no more. She's like, Kenya, get the fuck away from me. You know I don't like you. You know we ain't cool. Get the fuck away from me. And Kenya's standing there like, really, Porsha? Really? And I'm like, yeah, really, bitch. Because if she kick you in your abdomen, she ain't gonna be wrong. So they follow her back across the street. And Porsha's like, Kenya, I have never followed you out of a restaurant. Why are you following me? And then she gets in her car and speeds off. And Phaedra tells the girls she's going to text her and ask her to come back so they all can talk to, you know, rectify the whole situation. Kenya says that she don't want to go really on a trip with someone that acts like that and can't really get their anger in check. Shereé then says, I mean, but you provoke people sometimes, Kenya. Kenya gets offended. Shereé brings up Matt busting out the windows in her car and shit, and Kenya tells her, I mean, bitch, you provoke people too. And you do, Shereé. You's the main shit starter this whole motherfucking season, bitch. You provoked half the fights this season. Shereé says, I don't have nobody that jumped on me. Kenya says, oh, you haven't? Guess you have. You had a former boyfriend that jumped on you, and Shereé denies. She said, I ain't never had nobody jump on me. What are you talking about? Now I'm like, well, wait a minute, Shereé. You just said earlier in the episode that you and Bob had a whole fight that got y'all kicked out of a whole country because he threw a drink in your face, which is abusive behavior, and then you over there hitting on him. Now, I don't think that was the boyfriend that she was talking about. King was talking about another relationship. You can't shit, you dating a drug dealer right now that's in jail. Shereé, shut the fuck up. Shereé then tells Kenya, I mean, you wish you on my level. Kenya ignorant ass then gets on the ground and starts duck walking and says, well, I guess I'm on your level now. Nigga, I died laughing. That shit was funny as fuck. You gotta give it to Kenya. Kenya is ignorant as fuck. So Porsha comes back and she says she's not talking to them other hoes. She's only came back to talk to Phaedra. The other girls leave because they don't give a fuck. Shereé and Phaedra stay to talk to her. They sitting around the table and Shereé says that Kenya made light of domestic violence and then she made fun of Shereé possibly getting hit. No, the fuck she didn't. You just lied your ass off. She did not make fun of shit. You brought up the whole domestic violence shit, trying to talk about her situation, making light of her situation, and she then spilled your tea that you didn't want nobody to know about, bitch. So I need for you to stop trying to play the victim, Shereé. Porsha then brings up Kandi's attitude and calls her a bitch and say, I'm gonna see about that ass. I'm like, well, you ain't see about that ass when she told you to get your ass the fuck up. So the episode goes off and I got my whole entire life, bitch. I don't know about y'all, but that shit was good as a motherfucker. I give tonight's episode an A motherfucking plus. It was on point, and next week's episode look like it's gonna be just as good. If you haven't heard, me and Monique have a new show called Dirty Little Secrets, and what we want you to do is to email us here at dirtylittlesecrets@gmail.com. We want you to email us your dirtiest secret. It could be a fetish that you have. It could be something that you've never told anyone. It could be a drug habit. Shit, it could be some old crazy shit, like you like to eat dirt, you like to eat powder, you eat glass, some crazy shit. Whatever the fuck it is, your dirtiest secret, you have threesomes, you're a lesbian, whatever the fuck it is. Email us your dirtiest little secret, give us the story on it, and we're going to keep it anonymous, and we're going to act it out on camera for you all. It's going to be great. It's going to be a wonderful show. So email us at dirtylittlesecrets@gmail.com. Also, the February book club pick is the Angie Martinez memoir. It won, so go and get your copy now. I put a link down below in the description box for the book so you can order it. So I'm so excited about this. We have pretty much a month and a week to read the book, and then I will go live probably on Instagram live because I haven't gotten my live shit together for YouTube yet. So we're gonna gather all together like on a Sunday afternoon and talk about it on Instagram live, talk about the book. So I'm so excited. So get your copy of Angie Martinez, a memoir. If you like my ninja bun, I did a whole hair tutorial on it. Go and watch it now. I love you all. Thank you all so much for watching this review, and I will see you all tomorrow for my Love and Hip Hop New York review. Love you. Bye.